Mm-hmm. Good evening.
Good evening it is.
I am Mike Geary with Travis Burton, and together we are W.A.R. We are resilient.
We're W.A.R.
Yes. And we're joining you once again. Highlight the comings and goings of the veteran atmosphere, the community, the little tribal circle that we run in, and let folks know that, what's happening, what's good, what's bad, and, what's yet to be determined.
How's it going, man?
First, we got the most hallmark of Hallmark calendar of holidays coming up in Valentine's Day. Absolutely, created to milk, money out of folks to make people feel bad. And this is one of those holidays that, I feel has more of a negative impact on society than a positive, because you do have a lot of people that take that negative inference from it and say, hey, I'm by myself on Valentine's Day, and think that's something to be upset about, to be worried about, instead of looking at it like, hey, instead of being with somebody that I'm not ready to be with, or to be, extending myself beyond my, my comfort, you're just in your zone, you're where you need to be for your own well-being. I wish more folks looked at it that way versus, I'm not with somebody, your worth is not determined by somebody else.
It's a hard time for a lot of people, man. And, it feels like you said, it's a manufactured holiday where you have to pass this test to show, somebody how much you love them. And generally it's all for the women. Guys really don't get that much, if anything, for Valentine's Day. And it just feels like, okay, I'm doing this so I don't get yelled at, or, have to deal with it for the next 10 years of my life, being reminded how Mary got something nice and I didn't do it. Or, you told me you didn't want anything, honey. You said that. You said that. You said you didn't want anything, and so I didn't get you anything.
It's a trap.
I did what you asked, right? Oh, well, no, you're supposed to, mentally figure out, and, this long spaghetti noodle plate of mental, trajectories that, she wanted this, special thing from the special place. And she mentioned only once to see if you were listening. You're right. It's a trap. It is a trap. It's a time.
And the other thing too, the other thing that I see happen too is like the comparing, there's an episode of The Simpsons where, all the women of Springfield were upset because Apu kept, getting his wife all these, great, things, he was giving her, baskets of roses. He was flying, one of those cloud writers, the planes that, will write a message in the sky, had that in there, and like kept having all these things happen. And, Homer, Ned, and, the rest of the guys of Springfield got upset that, a poo is going out and doing all these things, making them look bad, you know, and you don't need to compare your affection or your. One thing that I've learned is the whole like love language thing. Have you read on that?
Well, Mike, to be candid with you, Mike, I don't believe in love. Romantic love.
Really?
Nope. All it is just
Touche.
dopamine and electrical impulses that you can't really quantify, so you call it love. It's hormone responses to external stimuli, and you think that's love because you can't really call it anything else, and you can't measure it. And then you get a hit of that, and you want to chase it the rest of your life because you want to be in love. No, it's not love. It's just your body, your mind really telling you that, you know what, this feels really good right
That was
now.
nice.
You
Yeah.
want to stay there. So, I don't think love is real. I don't think love is a thing. I think that, all you have to do is look at the divorce rate in this country, and something has gone
Facts.
very, very awry. So
And
I get a lot of hate for that, but I'm like, well, the numbers don't lie. The numbers do not lie.
you're dead right on that one. I mean, what is it? Over half?
So here's the thing, because I've been through this. Over half of all marriages fail. And if you get married again, the number goes up to like 65% of the second marriages fail. And if you're one of those who do it a third time, it's 75 to 80% failure rate for third marriages. Now, Michael, I mean, we both served in the military. If you knew that your firearm was going to fail 50 to 80% of the time, so if you have a magazine with 10 rounds in it, and you knew that 5 to 8 of them were going to fail every magazine, would you feel really good about going out and fighting a fight with that firearm?
Not at all.
No. If you knew you were going to get in a plane and 5 to 8 out of every 10 flights are going to crash, would you want to take an airplane? No. But we have people get married every day. The fourth time, maybe not, is saying 4 times, Michael. 4 times. Once was enough. Once is I am good. 4 times. Wow.
At that point, what is it that's that's drawing that person to be in that commitment? I mean, you've said to 3 other people till death did you part.
Yeah, but it's really just it's not even you wouldn't do a business deal that way. You wouldn't. So I don't know.
So
Philly,
I'm trying to look up the.
Jesus says he needs
I'm
to
looking
talk.
up the stats, like you said, and it's saying the marriage rate in the United States 6 per 1,000. The crude divorce rate, like you said, is over 50%. The second one, divorce rate for the second marriage, almost 50% of all marriages in the United States end in divorce or separation. Researchers estimate that 41% of all first marriages end in divorce. 60% of second marriages end in divorce. 73% of all third marriages end in divorce. The United States has the number 6 highest divorce rate in the world.
Do you know who is Philly Mike G who's saying that we're just on here for ourselves? You know that guy? Now he's checking out.
Who is that?
In the chat, Philly Mike OG. Yeah, we're just looking at the chat, man.
Hey, man. Philly, send me a DM. I'll throw my email down here, and I also got my my phone number. I'm gonna throw in right now. We need to talk. This is where we're at.
Yeah, we do care. That's why we're on here. There's a lot going on behind one of these things, man. So just stay right there.
No, man. Philly, don't have yourself down, man. Don't count yourself
Reach
out,
out and
man.
call,
You
man.
matter more than you think, man.
Come.
Drop you the link if you want to jump on.
Yeah, you want to jump on the? You
I
want
can
to jump on and
understand what
talk
it's
to
like.
us? No, let's not say you're a loser.
Not at
There's a
all,
lot of
man.
power in words. So he's saying, "Let me on."
All right, stand by. I'll send you the link. People. Copy link. All right. There you go, Philly. Jump on. That is the link. When we see you in, you don't have to show your face. You don't have to be on camera. Just share your voice so we can chat and talk with you and see what's troubling you and how we can get you any resources if you need them. I mean, assuming by your name that you're in Philly, you've got Fort Dix right across the bridge there. You've got a lot of great resources. I was in the WTU there. Did you want to post an email address? I can send it to. May, you're good to stick. May is she's in a state nearby, and it's a veteran family member. Philly, if you just put StreamYard and then just paste the U2U WN 9VCBT uniform 2 uniform whiskey November 9 Victor Charlie Bravo Tango.
Maybe not. You can stay on. I mean, this is an open forum, so we're doing this live, in real time.
And then the biggest thing is that when folks come in, they share. You may be stuck in your own mind space that you feel like you're down on yourself. You feel like you can't get it through it. But we're here as examples of people that have been in that same position and have pushed through. We've been able to to be in that hard spot and to be able to have somebody else at another point has lifted us up. That's why we're here today, to be able to in turn return that favor. May, is there a way that you can put the StreamYard link in the chat as like a link that they can click?
Well, no, I think once it's in the chat, Mike, they can see it as a hyperlink. Let me check real quick.
Gotcha. Sorry, Philly. We're still getting used to different software. We were both using Restream previously, and it was a different way of dropping links. It may say it's clickable, so you should just be able to click it, Philly.
Yeah,
Travis, let me know
I'm
if you
seeing
see
the
it.
chat right now. I'm seeing the chat right now. It is clickable. All he has to do is
Okay.
click on it under when the Healthfish Haven one is completely clickable. Let me go to YouTube real quick.
Got you. Philly, are you in the landscape stream or are you in the horizontal? I'm also going to drop Discord link too if you want to jump in a channel there. We could be able to talk through that as well.
Yeah, I can tell you right now. I'm
Stand by while
on
it is
YouTube
good.
right now. It is clickable. All you have to do is click on it.
Okay. I'm getting my Discord open up as well right now too. That I can drop the link because that has the rooms that we could do voice chat or audio, not audio, visual.
Are you still there, Philly Mike? Looks like you're a streamer on YouTube. Do you stream Discord?
What does Philly Mike look like he's interested in for streaming?
Video games. Looks like some PS4 stuff, maybe. Not quite sure.
Let's see. All right, my Discord link. Come on now. I gotta be going so slow here. All right, there is Healthy Shaven. Philly Mike's still here. You stream PS4. What kind of games do you like to play, Mike? And then also there is another Discord if you would like more privacy and more one-on-one talking with a member of the veteran community. Warrior Gamer has a link in their Discord. I'm going to set you up with that. I'm one of the peer support specialists there. So if you wanted to submit a ticket there, we could go off into a separate, one-on-one room to chat, text, video, your preference to be able to chat. And I'm dropping the link for that server here too. Hopefully, Mike. So, Philly Mike, Jess says that the link isn't clickable in landscape. If you go to my page and click on the other show, you'll be able to click there to see the horizontal stream, and then you'll be able to click the links from there. So because right now it's streaming both horizontal and vertical, Travis, that one, like you can send like little like jewels and things like that on YouTube, and the other one is more of like a mobile interaction. Like the horizontal one is the one they're used to, and the vertical one is the one for like mobile users. So they had the state of PlayStation earlier too. And then May's dropping the links as well to let you know, Philly.
my Discord and join you real quick.
Gotcha. Like you said, Travis, the Warrior Gamer has a spot where you can click and put in a ticket. And absolutely, like May said, if all else fails, Philly, call 988, press 1. You could also go to pull up all the resources. You've got the chat you can go on to for the Veterans Crisis Line. You've got, you can text, you can call, you can chat. Copy link. We will definitely have to figure out how to get this fixed, Travis, so that we can chat with folks right away.
Well, I see it in Facebook. I see it on my YouTube.
So it's on their end?
Well, I'm wondering why my Discord's not. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now we're making sense. I thought you were a friend of mine.
So let me get this open. So if you're looking to chat with the Veterans Crisis Line, copy. This is the best way to do it. This is the link here.
I don't know if he's a veteran though. That's the thing. Not that it matters, but I'm like.
So if you're not, let's go. Let's go SAMHSA then. I'll give you the link here where you can just chat with 988. And that is simply chat.988lifeline.org. Pressing 1 is the veterans line. So there is that there. Of course, my display settings just did my screen on me. He said, keep checking in on the Discord and see what's going on.
Yeah, not seeing anything on Discord.
So we'll leave things open for you, Philly Mike. Need any more resources, feel free to let us know how we can help you, and we'll be more than happy to. Get my big head out of here. Why is it so close again?
On YouTube channel, it's like, well, you never can tell.
Mhm.
Why
You
can't
know,
I
the other
invite
thing is like,
you?
I'm feeling like, the other thing I just, I hope it's not, trying to troll or anything like that. Like that's, it's not something that you joke about in vain.
Yeah, I don't want to assume the worst, but
Because, I have been helping defend people that have a lot of trolls that are going after them lately. Where I know May and Jess from uh, is, always getting some trolls coming in to give people crap. So I don't know if that is the situation, but let's just take a minute and we're going to go ahead and reset here. So we'll do a little quick breathing exercise. I'm going to drop it in the an overlay of the video. We'll do a quick 1 minute breathing exercise, refocus, and reset. We'll be back with you guys in 1 minute. All right, again, there's 988 at the end there. We got the message after the breathing exercise. Just saw Steve in the green room chat. So hey, Steve, Joyce, right?
Yeah.
He just did a thing for you, didn't he? A wood burning.
He did. It was extremely beautiful. Really a cool moment. We went to Mal's Kitchen in Abington to kind of meet up and do the swap and learn about what he was doing and why. And it's just amazing what you can do with a piece of wood and the right tool. It's really cool. So I like seeing stuff like that and supporting veterans who are doing that kind of stuff.
Hey, Schwartzy, welcome this evening. Schwartz was with me on tour number 2 and 3. 972 Baghdad, and then 747 Anbar province. And yeah, I had Steve do a Hellfish one for me originally, and then after that, he did a couple for the wife. If you want to entertain for a second, I will grab it so I can show off Steve's work, so we can maybe give him a plug.
Oh yeah, I mean, I really like it. It was just a cool moment. It's done really well. It stands out in the room. The metallic paint was just absolutely the right call. Your suggestion. I'm so glad I took it. And then it was just great seeing you in person. Sometimes you collaborate with somebody and they're half the country away, and you'll never meet, like the person who did my new logo. I've only met her in person once. So really cool, and glad you found a new breakfast place, and we'll do it again.
All right. Let's see if we can. These. Let me take off the virtual background so I can get these shown off for you, Steve. Virtual background. Schwartzy, it was crazy because the other day on the 8th of February, it was 20 years since we hit the landmine on my first tour with the 42nd. So I was with one of the 42nd veterans today, and he, we were just talking about everything that we had been through. That brought him to an appointment that he needed to go to see a doctor. And so this is Steve's work here. We've got the poison apple, the evil queen. We got a scar.
And you realize he's doing that with basically pieces of metal and hot metal.
Yep. You got Maleficent and her dragon. Gorilla. I like this one a lot.
Oh, that's nice.
And then he's got Ursula. And then the detail he puts into them is just, it's really awesome. Whether you're looking for, something silly like I did, or, something more particular, or like, that you're looking for a, commemorative thing. I've seen him do a lot of things where folks have gotten like commemorative things for their service, been able to do things like staff sergeant, with the rank, and cross pistols or cross rifles, whatever. Jose, you trying to say hello too, buddy? Come on. Up. Jose, hug. Jose, want to say hi tonight? Steven says he's burning one right now.
Nice, Steven.
So that's that's got to be a nice that's a nice hands-on thing to work on, to be able to to create and to ground. That's one of the big things that we've been talking about this month with the February Fire Watch, is the grounding. Whether you do it physically with something that you're doing right and then in the moment, or you've got something that you can you can look at and you work with. This was one I went over on Saturday real quick. Was this one here? Oh, this one kind of pushes everything that you're dealing with, all the stress that you have, like it pushes it through and out of the way for you. So as you look around, you see, 5 things that you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. And like, it's really crazy because like, as you got the stressor, and then all of a sudden you start adding more and more things, it pushes it out, like the stress that you had, and the negative emotions that were harming you, and it just pushes it all away. And like, as the mind takes more stuff in, it doesn't have room to keep the bad shit. So it's one of those things that when I sat in the therapist's office the first time, they told me about this, oh yeah, none of this stuff, this won't work, this won't do anything. And then it's always been surprising to me, how these little things, these small tricks and things like that have made such an impact, and I've been able to, you know, work on things and, make me be able to take care of myself and be able to, do the self-care and things at home. Many says they use the list, but they do modified. Yeah, Travis, don't you do you did like a big blanket for somebody, didn't you?
Well, I told her I was crocheting right now,
Yeah.
so this blanket's going for a fundraiser for Rolling Thunder Mass Chapter 2. So it's just something I do. It's a good time of night to do it. It's been a good day.
Is
It's
that
been a long day.
the crocheting with the two really long needles, right?
No, the knitting's with the needles. You do crochet with a hook, one hook.
Gotcha. Is that the one where you do the square, like you do a square thing with it?
It's called a corner pattern. So it starts out as a corner, then becomes a rectangle, then becomes a blanket. So
Gotcha.
I'm on the last 30, 40 rows. I'll try to finish it this weekend. Get
How
it
long
ready
does it usually
for.
take you to do something like that?
It depends on what kind of time I have and what's going on, and some of these go really fast. Some of them take a while. Some of them I pick up and put down. If I don't donate them, then I give them to Project Linus. Well, Navy watch caps are fun. They're good. Wasn't to keep the head warm, especially this winter. It's really cold, and people
This one
appreciate
has
it,
been
man.
absolutely frigid. I
Yeah, I
thought
was going to ask you. I don't remember it being like, you know what, just we're going to drop the thermometer for a while and just let you people suffer.
it
Because remember,
wasn't.
some Januaries, it was like 60 degrees on January, right? And really nice. And
Yep. And then it's been FU weather.
literally,
Like what we do is we put the Google. We'll ask Google in the morning. Hey, what's the temperature today? And all of a sudden, we saw that and we were like, oh, Google's telling us, how cold it is. And, first day it was like 11. The next day it was 7. The next day it was like 3. We're like, that's the low it's going to get. And then, the next day it was like -1. It was like, this is ridiculous. Hey, Doug, how are you tonight? Doug's got W.A.R Studios
yep.
and the racing nonprofit there. They do like an event where, like, if you're a vet, they'll actually take you out to the track for the day to be able to, experience like almost like a VIP day where, you're, taken care of, they hook you up with a shirt, meet and greets, the behind the scenes, if, anybody that's a car racing enthusiast, definitely check out W.A.R Studios and, the track for a day. They put on a good event for our veterans to be able to go out and enjoy. May just posted the blanket. Looks good.
So we'll check it out.
So Doug's down in Daytona for the races period. That's a track day for veterans.
Oh, nice.
My dad's down in Naples, doing some work and stuff down there, and he got to talk to Emily today. She was all excited, and she called him Papa John, but not the pizza guy. So she gets a kick out of that to chat with him.
Doing all right, man. It's just cold. It's just freaking cold.
It is like, I wish we had that Florida weather right now. I would happily trade, but then I think about like the hurricanes and everything, and like the fact that Florida has both crocodiles and alligators, and it makes you think New England's not that bad. But then, like you get in the winter, and it's you're just freezing your nuts off, and you're just like,
Yeah,
why am I living
but
here?
I think this is the ultimate expression of Stockholm syndrome, because yesterday was like 41, 42. It's like, it's not that bad. I can deal with this. And today it's right down to 30s again. It's like, oh, they just keep you stringing along, and you just like, I can do this. And it's like, but it's not fun anymore. So,
All right, I'm gonna see if the little one wants to jump on. I'll be right back.
all right. Ah, it's me. Yep. Got my ears covered, nice and warm. I don't miss about the military because sometimes, your head gets cold and your ears get cold and you want to put the watch cap on, but it has to be the right approved watch cap. You can't wear a Carhartt watch cap. You got to have a Marine Corps approved watch cap. And then sometimes the sergeant major or the first sergeant's like, no, the cold toughen them up. No cold weather gear. And you got to do it. It's crazy. Now, if my head's cold or my ears are cold, I just put this on. Wow. Just like that. So I'm jealous that you're down in Daytona right now. Been through there. It's very beautiful.
It was the wife's birthday, her fake birthday on the 11th. Legally she's got a birthday on January 1st because when she came here via adoption from Colombia, the government of Colombia said your birthday is January 1st. But the nurse that worked at the church, the nun, knew that her birthday was actually February 11th. So on all of her legal documents, it says January 1st, but she's always celebrated February 11th. So,
well, happy birthday, Mrs. Geary. And, don't take this the wrong way. Tell her happy Valentine's Day too. Although, it's just because, sometimes your sister, your buddy's wife likes hearing that too. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not married to you. Big brother, you didn't tell me happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, because I am not married to you. Your husband needs to tell you that.
absolutely.
Well, our girl. Okay, what you ladies do with each other, that's not my concern. I'm not married to you. He needs to get you your chocolates that you like, and take you to your favorite place to eat, and get you all like maintenance up for the next 364 days. Where I guess he doesn't love you that much because it's not Valentine's Day every day. It's crazy, crazy.
Don't forget too, like the people that have like work husbands and work wives.
Yeah, well, I have people in my industry who are Indian, and I found out that Indian women, I'm like, wait a minute, they love Valentine's Day because they get stuff. They've acclimated very, very well to Valentine's Day. And I'm like, yeah, but it's technically a Catholic holiday from Saint Valentine, which is Catholic, and has nothing to do with any one of the Hindu gods at all. Well, that's okay. Our husbands get us stuff on Valentine's Day, so we like it. Well, I mean, knock me over with a feather. But
Absolutely.
again, 364 days. I guess you don't really love her that much, Mike. But you got Saturday to really come in strong and show your wife just how much you care.
Luckily, she's not a big splurger on this day. Where I have to do crazy things. She's happy with just being acknowledged and me doing the dishes or something.
Well, you got to validate the effort. That's for certain, man. And you do that. And she is a cool wife, man. I see her at the veterans events with you, and she's playing the switch and handing out stuff for the veterans and all there, all in it. It is motivating, dude. You got a good one there.
Absolutely, and that's the biggest thing is like you're seeing that partnership, is seeing that knowing that what I've gone through, and that's is a big part of my life, and it's a big thing that I want to do to give back to the community, and that she's on board for that, and that she's too willing to give up her time too, and be a part of that, not just for me, but for others in the community as well, and she's learned more by being with me about that sacrifice and what we're trying to do. And then Emily wanted to say that she'll see you next time because she is too comfy right now on the couch and she's half asleep. So she goes, Dada, get tell Travis I see him next time. Sorry.
Well, to all of you, people who are enjoying the Winter Olympics and Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day. Glad you have someone to love. And if you, and look, take it from me, it's not that bad when you don't have Valentine's Day. It really isn't that bad. But I understand it's important to a lot of people. And if you have a special someone, I hope you make them feel special on Saturday.
Absolutely. And if you guys ever need any help, feel free to DM, text, call. I do my phone number out there at the beginning. I don't mind if you give me a phone call directly to my line. You got the resources, 988, press 1 for Veterans Crisis Line if that applies to you. Crisisline.net, sending a text on 988, going on any of the chat lines that we shared tonight. Philly, Mike, I hope things get better for you, and I hope you find your worth and where you stand on things, and that you're not stuck in this mentality that you feel like you're a loser, because you're not, man. Keep your head up. You can get through this too.
Everybody has value. Everybody has value, and we've learned that very early on, often.
And Joyce, Schwartzy, everybody join us tonight. May, Jess, it was great to see you guys on the thread tonight. Thank you guys for joining us. As always, we are resilient. We are WAR, and we'll join you guys next week.
We will. We're resilient. We are WAR. Take care, everybody.
Have a good night, y'all.